DeaconLive.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Oh, I don't know what this thing is. I think it's a strip show, dance show.
Work there, dude.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, the return of something we haven't seen since 2012. Also, what, another statue? And welcome to the Church of the 400 Rabbits. And also, how long before you throw out those Thanksgiving leftovers? We'll give you all these details and much, much more here on DeaconLive. How are you? How are things? How are things going? Are you doing okay? Has the family left? Did you survive Thanksgiving? Let's start that way. Did you survive Thanksgiving? And if you did, great. And if you didn't, well, you know, there's always next year. There's always next year. If you can figure out how to get them back to your house, or hopefully nothing. Oh, shoot, I closed that out. I didn't mean to close that out. Give me 1 sec. I'll find it later. So our family, as you know, our family came up here. Actually, her side of the family came up here for Thanksgiving. Her nieces and sister-in-law, and one of the nieces got married, and so the husband came up. Is he like a niece? He's a nephew-in-law? You know, there's weird things. You know, the names kind of drag out, or they don't have a whole lot of names and stuff for certain accents of your family or your squad. You know, you always have like third cousin, fourth cousin. But I guess it's a nephew-in-law if you want to, you know, or you can just say my niece's husband. You can just say that. So everyone came up here. Everything went great. My wife cooked an excellent turkey. She baked everything on the day before. Now, the family came up from Florida, left at about 7 o'clock in the morning, drove all the way here to the beautiful town of Marshville, which is just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. And I got to fix this thing. I was doing some stuff with another. Anyways, they drove up here to the studio here. Got here probably about 4:30. We were actually in the middle of doing the editing of last week's show. And I apologize if that ran a little haywire if you were listening to last week's show. But anyways, they made it up here. Everything was good. And then my wife just started baking. She baked like the cookies and did we don't do pies a whole lot here on the French. We do a lot of cakes, a lot of crumb cakes, a lot of zucchini bread. We do, I forget what else she made. She made a bunch of other stuff. And so that went well. And then the next day, you know, we all relax and everyone winds down. We all kind of do our thing. And then the next morning is Thanksgiving morning, and everyone wakes up and we have a big breakfast. And when I have big breakfast, it's just easy to make like sausage biscuits or sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits. You know, you put them in the oven, you do the sausage, you know, how many you want? You just scramble up a bunch of eggs and boom, just have at it, which is great. It's always been a favorite of mine. And I am hoping it's a fanfare for everyone that enjoys the biscuit, the sausage biscuit. Anyway, so then my wife starts getting into the actual baking of the stuff that's going on for Thanksgiving, which is, you know, you start early. She started about 10 o'clock. The turkey was going to take, because we just do the breast, takes about maybe 3 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours for a 9-pound white turkey breast. So she started doing that, and so I'm in and out doing stuff. And I'm the only guy next to the newlywed's husband. It's just me and him. But he's not really a outdoors guy. He's kind of I forget what he does. He's some kind of computer tech, software engineer, conductor, security, something. I don't know what he does. So the outside stuff for me and him, you know, you take him on a ride on the side-by-side. Hey, let's go on a ride on the property. So we ride around on the property and, you know, have a couple beers and stuff. And then you come back. He's like, all right, I'm going back inside. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll work on some stuff out here, outside. I'm inside all day. I don't want to be outside. I mean, I'll be outside more than I want to be inside. So then I always go in and check on anyone. Babe, can I get you anything? Do I need to move anything? And I'm the guy, I'm the husband, I'm the man that's in the kitchen when the dishes start piling up a little bit. And I'm constantly running through dumping the dishwasher, putting new dishes in there or dirty dishes in there and getting that right. I'm keeping the machine going. I'm keeping my wife going. Even though she probably didn't realize I was in the kitchen half the time. But like she has like a lot of mixing bowls. And so I'm constantly, every 45 minutes to an hour going there and she's got 3 or 4 mixing bowls in the sink. Well, I jump on that and wash them out and wipe them out and then put them on the counter. And she turns around, boom, it's like a fairy. Oh my God, all the dishes are done. And during this process, as I go inside and I walk around and check on everyone, you guys all right? You got enough soda? Holy mackerel. Can they drink some soda? I like a nice cold soda. I like something sprizzly now and then. But I mean, one right after, and who am I to talk? One right after another of soda. I mean, a wise man said to me one time, why is it that we cannot sit here and drink a 6-pack of soda, but we can sit here and drink a 6-pack of beer? Well, they were drinking, diet soda this and ginger ale this and all the different sodas that we had and the damn seltzer water. That's no juices, no Kool-Aid, no fruit punch, no tea. We didn't have tea in the house, like sweet tea or unsweetened tea. Soda, just right to the soda, which is fine. That's the way, their lifestyle. That's what they drink, and that's fine with me. I even caught myself drinking 1 or 2. I'm like, you know what? I'd like a nice cold, sprizzly beverage to wash down this meal that I'm eating. And one time I went in there, and I can hear the TV in the other room. We have an open floor plan on the French, so we've got our big kitchen, big island in the center, and then there is a fireplace in the center of the house that you can physically walk around, but the fireplace kind of blocks the straight view into the other room, not the entertainment room, but the living room there, which we have a little TV. I say a little TV. We have a TV in there, and they all sit in there and watch TV. There's a big wraparound couch, so they're all sitting there, and I can hear the TV going on, and I hear, of course, Kevin McAllister. I think that's his name, from Home Alone, and I'm like, babe. I'm in the kitchen. Babe, are they watching Home Alone in there? Oh, yeah, I think it's Home Alone Part 2. Oh, all right. Well, this is new, So I walk in there, and, I'm the awkward, older guy in a room full of girls watching Home Alone 2. And I walk in, I kind of look at the TV screen first. What you guys doing? And kind of rocking back and forth on my heels. What you guys doing? Watching the old Home Alone, huh? Trying to be that guy, trying to be the cool guy. And they kind of go, yeah. And then I turn to look at them. Every single one of them, face down into their phones. Not a set of eyes was on the TV or on me. And there was 5 people in the family room there. Every single one of them, eyes down on their phone. Click, 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 and then, the scroll. You see the scrolling motion, the wrist going up and down, the wrist going up and down, or the 2 thumb on the phone. I'm like going, you guys aren't even watching this. No. And then when I said that, they all looked, no, we're watching it. But no, you're not watching it. No, we've seen it. Why the hell is it on then? I didn't say that, but I was like, well, why the hell is it on? No, we like this movie. We've seen it before. We only watch the good parts, the funny parts. So, what do you do in the meantime? TikTok, Twitter. I'm sure they're not on Twitter. Instagram, Facebook is so blasé now. But I was like going, well, I walked back in the kitchen, and I said to she's like, how's things going in there? I go, good, I guess. I mean, they're all alive. They're all sitting on the couch, and they all have blankets. It was a little chilly. I think it was maybe like around 62 outside, which is cold for anyone from Florida coming up to the Carolinas. So they all had like their little throw blankets that we have all through the house. So they found those, and they're all kind of cuddled. And it was great. You know what? It was nice. Everyone was getting along. Everyone was having a good time. No one fought. No one got into arguments. No one got into any. But that's not the way our family is. Mama liked me best. No, Daddy said I'd be the best, whatever. And some of those fights that you hear and see that always end up on the news, or those cliche fights and stuff where they're throwing stuff. And, the governor and depending on the state and stuff, said, no yelling, no screaming, no alcohol consumption, and no singing loudly or arguing loudly. Well, some people can follow the rules and some people can't. Oh, so yeah, everything was good. I hope you guys had a great holiday season. And now we're a week away, or a week since Thanksgiving. I'm going to dive into what do you have still left in your refrigerator that you need to kind of throw out now. And I'll dive into that here in just one sec. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you go to our website. That's Prophet Radio, Prophet Radio, and click on the social contacts. And what that does is it links us to you and you to us. And you can follow us on all of our social pages, our Instagram pages, and make sure you subscribe, like, and do all the stuff that connects us to you and you to us as well. And make sure while you're there, there's a little blue bar at the very bottom of the page. And what happens when you click that? Well, it opens up a little microphone, and that little microphone right there lets you be part of the show. You can leave a name. You can you can make a comment. And I was playing it, or I was messing around with the website, and my sister-in-law. Yeah, my sister-in-law. I was trying to figure out the names of what they are. The secondary and third generation of family members. What you actually call them. I just call them my sister-in-law. And she's like, well, let me try it out. So she tries it out, and then sure enough, she left us a message. So here you go. This is how easy it is to be heard here on Prophet Radio. How easy it is to be heard on the Deacon Live show.
Those bats are going crazy in there.
Amy is the best sister-in-law. Travis, still questionable.
Those bats are going crazy in there.
Amy is the best sister-in-law. Travis, still questionable.
So there you go. She just left a little message there, taking a dig at me. But I mean that's how easy it is to be part of the show here. And you can leave a comment on any of the podcasts that you're listening to, past, present. You can't do the future, or can you? Speaking of the future, here at Deacon Live, we take pride in not doing. The New Year's coming around, 2021's coming here. Everyone's ready for 2021. The world is going to be different. The way we address the world and attack the world on a daily basis is going to be different. So a lot of people say, I'm going to, do you say my New Year's resolutions? Well, here on Deacon Live, we don't do New Year's resolutions. We do New Year's predictions. And what I want you guys to do out there is to go to Prophet Radio, Prophet Radio, and click on that bar that says Be Heard. It's a little blue bar, opens up a microphone, and give us your predictions. Now, when I say predictions, for example, I think that Disney World is going to close down. Not that that's going to not that that's going to happen, but one of those predictions. I predict that we'll discover gold on the moon. Or we'll discover this, or something will happen, or this will happen, or that will happen. Predictions. So we here at Deacon Live do New Year's predictions. So get yours in, and our last show for the year is going to be on 12/30, the day before New Year's Eve, and we'll play all your predictions on the last podcast of the year. So get yours in now, get them in, get them often. You can do it as many times as you want. Feel free, and it's free for you and free for us, and we'd love to hear from you as well. Thanksgiving's over, and how many times have you had a turkey sandwich, turkey stuffing, turkey this, turkey? A lot of people turn those into soups and turn those into they've figured out so many different ways, so many creative ways to take Thanksgiving stuffing or Thanksgiving leftovers and turn them into something else. I really haven't seen anyone do anything outstanding. Like, oh my God, when you're done with that, you have to make this. Do this. One year I saw a almost like a Thanksgiving dumpling, and we saw the recipe and we're like, babe, we need to make a Thanksgiving dumpling, and it's part this and it's part that and part this, and then we never did it. It was a pain in the. It was more pain in the ass to make the whatever leftover meal out of the leftovers than it was to cook the damn meal. So just I make your turkey sandwiches. I make sure I have nice fresh deli rolls that I order them, and then I freeze them, and then I pull those out once the family leaves. Those are mine. Those are my leftovers. once a family leaves, and then I had these real nice fresh deli, because you don't want to go shopping 2 days after Thanksgiving. You don't want to get in the grocery store, so I pull them out of the freezer and let them thaw out and do their thing. And I have nice big turkey sandwiches, lots of mayo, lightly toasted. All my bread's lightly toasted. The bug is still in there. But now, here we are 1 week after Thanksgiving. Do you still have leftovers in there? Are they still good? Well, according to recipe.com, cooked turkey stored in the refrigerator only lasts, they say 3 or 4 days. I know I was eating this on, Thanksgiving was on Thursday. No, I think that's about right. I think the last sandwich I made was on Monday. Raw turkey, I don't know why you would have raw turkey stored in the fridge. 1 to 2 days, but that's with anything. Gravy, 1 or 2 days, because it's got the raw turkey juice on it. Green bean casserole. I saw a commercial the other day on Hulu, and they're weird for having just weird commercials in between shows on Hulu. Campbell's had it was an old series before Thanksgiving. They were advertising the cream of mushroom. I said, this is the only time of year that Campbell's makes a run on cream of mushroom. They make all their money during Thanksgiving based on that green bean casserole. And then the French's onion, the little onion crisp, they make all their money on that day too. The rest of the year, you don't hear from them. Nope. They're out of sight. They're just sitting back counting it takes them all year to actually, I think, to count all the Thanksgiving money. Cranberry sauce lasts about 2 weeks. Oh, green bean casserole, 4 days. Mashed potatoes and yams, 5 days. Now, I know my dad would never eat warmed up mashed potatoes. They had to be fresh. So when we had leftovers growing up as a kid, we'd have the turkey, we'd have the gravy, but my mom would have to make mashed potatoes fresh every meal. And then pumpkin pie, 4 days. If you like the pumpkin pie, the apple pie, 3 days it says regular bread. That's why I throw it in the freezer. It says 5 days, stuffing, 4 days. And then for whatever reason, it says wine. I don't know why you would worry about wine. I guess if you uncork it and then stick it back on the shelf, usually wine is gone. Wine is gone by the time either family leaves or just on their way out. Now, we were talking about raw meat and raw food and how long it would stay in the refrigerator. This company right here is now changing the way we actually eat meat itself. Several restaurants are now producing what they call cultured meat. Now, when I say cultured meat, it's not a plant-based product. I don't want tofu this. I don't want plant-based soybean this. No, cultured meat is actually real meat, but it's lab grown. And the way they do that, and I'll break this up for you real quickly, and then we'll play the video here, is they take cells from, let's say, a chicken. They take good, healthy cells from a chicken, and they put them in a petri dish. It's no different than artificial insemination for humans or artificial insemination for any animal where you're trying to get them to reproduce. Not that extreme, but for the most part, that's what they're doing. They're taking real, let's say, chicken cells, and they're feeding it the proteins that it needs and the fluids and the nutrients and all that stuff that it needs to actually grow and become meat. The product of real chicken made from animal cells and grown in a controlled environment aims to provide meat in a sustainable and ethically produced way.
Chicken cooks like chicken and tastes like chicken, but no chicken lost its life to make this cutlet. Memphis Meats is one of a growing number of startups worldwide that are producing meat from cells, which doesn't require slaughtering animals. They want to bring cell-based or cultured meat to your dinner table.
Now, for every podcast that we do, we have a matching video that goes along with it. It's called Under the Tent, and you can see this as well if you go to profitradio.com and click on DeaconLive.
Yeah.
We take cells from high-quality animals, we feed them with the nutrients that these cells need to become meat, and once they become meat, we harvest it, and we cook it into the products we love to eat.
In addition to chicken, deep fried in this demo, Memphis Meats has also made cell-grown duck and beef meatballs. It hopes to start selling its products within 2 years. San Francisco-based New Age Meats is producing cell-based pork, which was prepared as sausage for this tasting.
So people want meat. They don't want slaughter. And so we make slaughter-free meat. And we know there's a massive market for that people that want delicious meat that doesn't require animal slaughter.
But these startups face some significant challenges to bringing cultured meat from the lab to the marketplace. They must win approval from government regulators, assuring consumers that their products are safe to eat. And they must bring down the cost of cultured meat, which is still extremely expensive to produce. New Age Meats is developing a new type of bioreactor to produce cell-grown meat at an industrial scale.
Looks like a big tumbler with a whole bunch of cells bouncing around in there. Now, here's the thing.
How can you go from the tiny, tiny meatball to producing the amount of meat that one cow has, which is like maybe 800 pounds or so? That's the real challenge.
We got the northern bluefin.
So what he's saying is that, yeah, you can make meatballs all day long, but a cow, you know, what do they say? A 1,300-pound cow gives you about 800 pounds of actual meat that's usable. From, you know, what they say, snooter to rooter or rooter to tooter, from nose to the asshole. You use almost a whole entire animal. Now, here's one thing about cultured meat, which is great. I'm all for it and stuff. Now, I don't. You know, you gotta. How do I word this here? So, we consume about 60 billion quote unquote chickens a year in the whole entire nation. 60 billion chickens. Now, you have to feed those chickens. So what's happening is they're knocking down like parts of the rainforest to actually plant crops just to feed the chickens. So here you got a chicken and you've got to feed these chickens. So you have to plant. That's what they do in China. You have to plant crops to be harvested and all the manpower and the labor to make a grain to feed chickens. With lab cultured meat, you don't have to do that because everything's basically taking place in, let's say, I say small warehouse, but let's say a 10,000 square foot warehouse, even a 20,000. Pick whatever size warehouse you want. It's still being able to produce meat. Now, how quickly they can produce meat, that's another story. But they're trying. They're getting on top of it. And I'm getting ahead of the program here. But, you know, we're talking about going to Mars here. And you can't plant crops. Well, you can plant crops at some time in Mars. But in the process, you know, if you need to have some sustainable meat on Mars, if we're going to Mars, maybe this is the solution. It's not going to be the alternative here. It's not going to be the end all to be here on planet Earth. But I'm talking about other, you know, living on the moon. We're talking about going to Mars. Well, how are we going to, you know, feed everyone in these little small areas that we're getting ready to go? So anyways, it's a good idea. It's not going to be 100% going to take over. I'm a meat potato guy. I want my cow to bleed. I want to eat everything right off of right off the hoof. I'll eat the whole damn thing. I'm just saying that this is, maybe it's not for what's happening now, but it's going to happen soon for us to venture out in space and do all that stuff. Oh shit, I broke my damn pencil. Work out some more, Trump. All right, when we come back, we're going to do This Week in TikTok videos, and we're going to talk about how Chick-fil-A actually makes their chicken McNuggets, speaking of cultured meat. And we'll do that when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you go to our social contacts and follow us wherever you listen to us and wherever you watch us and wherever you can find us. On your social contacts, we are there as well. And the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, Prophet Radio. And right now, right now on Prophet Radio, I know everyone's tired of the whole, I hate Christmas music. I hate all the the same ones over and over, Mariah Carey and all those guys. Well, Prophet Radio takes pride and joy on playing the unnecessarily worst Christmas songs ever. And I looked at the bank the other day. There's over 2,000 some odd different songs, from punk rock bands to rap artists to heavy metal bands, and they're playing the unnecessary Christmas songs all the way up until Christmas Day. So check those out, and you can hear a few songs like this. And of course your classic songs as well. Not as frequent as the radio plays them, in a high rotation. Now, getting into Christmas time, don't forget, while you're at Prophet Radio, click on Be Heard and get your New Year's predictions. We don't do resolutions here on Deacon Live. We do New Year's predictions, and give us your predictions. I'm going to say, I'm going to go, Mike, I know my car is going to break down this year. And sure enough, knock on wood, nothing bad. Just give us your predictions and we'll play them on the last podcast of the year. Now, for those out there, little kitties, even the big kitties out there, there's a phone number out there that you can call right now if you actually want to talk to the Grinch. And the number is, parents, write this down. Aunts and uncles, stepdads, and in-laws, write this number down. Area code 202. And the number is 225-4965. And we're going to call it right now. And you can talk to the Grinch and leave them a message how you feel this holiday as well.
Thank you for calling the office of the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. We value hearing from you. To listen to this menu in English, please stay on the line. Para español, presiona 5. If you would like to voice your opinion, share feedback, or pass along a personal story to Speaker Pelosi, please press 1. If you would like... Thank you for calling the office of Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House. As a constituent of California's 12th District, your views are very important to us. Please leave your comments at the tone.
Record your message after the tone. When you've finished, you can hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hello, Nancy Pelosi. My name is Deacon, host of the DeaconLive podcast. From all of us here in Charlotte, North Carolina, we'd like to wish you a very, very happy Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you. There you go. So you can talk to the Grinch if you want. We'll see what happens with that. So that should be interesting. Now, I don't think Nancy Pelosi has now we don't get too much politics here, but I just saw a meme that said that number, and I was like, well I want to call it and see if I know what's going on. There you go. It's Nancy Pelosi. There. And it's real. I called it right here. Something else that's real is TikTok that's out there, and TikTok is taking off like gangbusters. I mean, if it wasn't technically for the pandemic, I don't think TikTok would have been or is what it is right now. And it's a multi-million, if not billion-dollar a year company, right? Of course, the motorcycle goes by. $1 million company. Ever since Trump said something about, it was run by China, and then we had investors. I think Disney actually has investments in TikTok as well. And it's educational, if not entertaining at the same time. Now, this gentleman right here, and the way you see these videos is if you go to DeaconLive, actually if you go to Prophet Radio and click on the DeaconLive section, for every video that we do has a matching, for every podcast that we do has a matching video as well. So we were talking about the cultured meat and how they're producing chicken itself, the chicken meat, from cells from animals, from actual, you want chicken meat, you take cells from a chicken. You want cow meat, you take cells from a cow meat. So Chick-fil-A, actually, if you ever find yourself out wondering how your favorite chicken McNuggets are made, you're not alone. There's something about the behind-the-scenes world of fast food restaurants that's most intriguing as well as frightening for all of us, especially when they do the slurry. If you ever seen the pink slurry for the McDonald's chicken McNuggets, well, this video has surfaced on TikTok, and obviously it's a gentleman who actually works at Chick-fil-A, shows you exactly how the chicken nuggets are made at... Hold on, I gotta get to the beginning of the video. Can I get to the beginning of the video? Yeah, I'll have to start over. Hold on. Pause. Everyone pause. How the Chick-fil-A nuggets are made at Chick-fil-A. So here it is that shows the chicken McNuggets, and it's like calling it Windex. Here's how the chicken nuggets are made at Chick-fil-A. Now this is a TikTok video, and you can see this video on our website. And it says how Chick-fil-A nuggets are made. And there's a little box that's got the little 6-piece, and he's got his little glove on. And there's music behind it. It's kind of annoying. So there's the nuggets. And everyone's had the chicken nuggets before. And they start out in a actual raw cutlets in a bag. And they take the bag and they drop it in a milk wash in a wire basket. And then they flip the basket over. And there's what they call a seasoned coater. And the guy's actually fluffing it around like if you were to make chicken nuggets at home. And then you sift all the stuff out, all the extra stuff. And so the real chicken nuggets are covered in the seasoned flour, and then it's dropped straight into the oil. And it sits there for, I think it says 5 minutes. And boom, that's how your chicken nuggets are made at Chick-fil-A. I'll post that video here. and that was all through a TikTok video. Now, I don't know if the guy got in trouble or anything like that for posting how they make the but it makes you feel good. I saw the raw chicken come out of the bag. I saw him throw it in a milk wash and then right into the seasoning and then right into the oil. So it's not that pink slurry that you see on McDonald's. Ugh, I don't know about chicken McNuggets or any of those nuggets from other stores. Chicken tenders I'll eat. Chicken slurries, I don't know if I will eat those. Now, that's a popular video. Do you know what actually is the most popular video on TikTok as of this year? TikTok has now released the #1 viral video on TikTok. Now, I've never seen this video. I've seen the other videos that they've talked about, but I've never seen this video. Savage Love was the year's biggest song for TikTok. This comes from us from The Verge.
TikTok says Bella Poor's M to the B was its biggest viral video of the year. Bella Poor's hypnotic video lip-syncing M to the B was TikTok's biggest viral video of the year, TikTok announced this morning. Poor was followed by 420 Dogface 208's instantly iconic Skate, Cran Raspberry Juice video set to Fleetwood Mac streams. The rankings were revealed as part of TikTok's year-end roundup of its biggest videos, trends, and creators. The rankings aren't entirely scientific. The viral video rankings, for instance, are based on both views and impact, but they offer a representative look at what dominated the app and broke out beyond it.
All right, so it says that the rankings aren't scientifically accurate, but what they say is anything that breaks out. And so Bella Porsche, her hypnotic video, lip syncing to M to the B. Now, I've never seen the video, and I'm going to play it for you right now so you guys can see it. And you're like going, what about the Cranberry guy? He was the #2 video. I have seen the Cranberry roller skating, skateboarding guy more than I've even knew about this video. Now, all it is a one-shot, film and theater majors. It's a one-shot of this girl, Bella, and her face, and she's just singing along to this song, and she's cute. She's probably maybe, I'm hoping 18, 19 years old, brown hair, brown eyes, very, very good complexion, and she just sings this, she's lip syncing this song.
To the B, it's M to the B, it's M, 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 M to the B, it's M to the B, it's M to the B, bang.
And then she smiles, and then she gives this like cross-eyed look. And I guess that's...
To the B, it's M to the B, it's M, 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 M to the B, it's M to the B, it's M to the B, bang.
She bounces her head to the beat, smiles, and then crosses her eyes. And I think the reason why that's not for nothing, I think that's the #1 TikTok video is because she appeals to that Geek Nation, I don't want to say Geek Nation, you know, the guys that are on live streams and Twitters and all those they're gaming all the time. It's that cute, attainable type girl. Does that make sense? Because she's cute. She is. She's a little cute, and everyone I'm sure said, you know, oh, maybe I could be her friend. I could be her friend. Now you have to be careful sometimes because there are a lot of creepers out there. This young lady here was just doing almost the exact same thing. Every night she dances in her upstairs apartment, and to relax, and at the end of the day she just wants to sing and dance, and so she just dances in front of a TikTok video. And it actually caught an intruder getting into or climbing into her house. More details here on NBC News.
She likes to dance. She often records her moves on her cell phone, but she never thought that one of those recordings would end up as evidence.
When he first opened the door, I was prepared for a few moments to die.
The scene, the Bradford Apartments in Hagerstown. Hannah Viverette says she dances every night in her second-floor apartment to relax. But one Sunday night, she says something awful happened. Her cell phone captured the incident.
Like right in the middle of her dancing, she jumps while she's dancing, and then this guy comes in the side door. Who are you? Who are you?
I had seen him before, and it took me about 3 seconds to put it all together that this is the man that's out in this truck that watches me from my balcony, that's made advances at me. And in that moment, I just knew that it wasn't going to be good.
Hannah says the man climbed up to her second-floor balcony and came in through an open door. She moved quickly out of her apartment and yelled for the man to leave.
Get out!
You can see him here as
there he is.
backs out of that door. Arrested in connection with the case, 36-year-old Angel Moises Rodriguez Gomez. He's charged with burglary.
That's all one guy, by the way.
Second-degree assault and stalking. Police say he lives close by the crime scene. Rodriguez Gomez has been released on bond. Hannah says she's worried. She says she wants to move. There's a GoFundMe page set up to help her buy out her lease.
There you go. That's from Pat Collins from NBC News. And do me a favor, Pat Collins, fix the damn your doctorates and stuff on the back wall. All your pictures are all crooked. But yeah, it's scary. You know, it actually caught the guy. He climbed up 2 stories and came in through a balcony window, and she caught him on tape. And she's like, "Holy shit, what are you doing here?" And then he saw the camera, and he just like whatever in Spanish, and then left. But, you know, if she didn't have that going on, who knows what would have happened to her? Who knows what would have happened to her? Hopefully nothing bad. Now, when we come back, how would you like to help out your little community with that little, whether it be your TikTok videos or the little cameras you have sitting on your house? Well, in Jackson, Mississippi, they're asking for your help, and some people are agreeing to it, and some people aren't. We'll dive into that here when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right Welcome back to Deacon Live. We are broadcasting from the Queen City studio located just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. Make sure you follow us on all our social networks, and the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, Prophet Radio, and click on social contacts. And while you're there, make sure you fill out the or click on the Be Heard section, and what that does is allow you to leave a New Year's prediction. We don't do resolutions here. We do predictions, and you can be part of the last show. We'll play all those here on the air. I actually have one. I auditioned for Big Brother the next season coming up. Whoops. Good luck. The next season coming up. And this little girl right here, I guess, was giving me the what for. So here you go. She thinks she's going to beat me out here at the audition to be on the next Big Brother.
Good luck with your Big Brother application, but I'm going to kick your ass.
So there you go. And that came through the Be Heard section. And it's easy as that. Just click on that, opens up a microphone, comes straight here to the station. Now, Black Friday, we talked about Black Friday. Did you get all your shopping done? You really didn't hear about Black Friday? Everyone's like, oh man, you know, I do all my stuff online. I do all my shopping online. Well, and there's a website actually that's geared toward, it's kind of morbid. It's called Black Friday Death Count. And believe it or not, in 2020, this year we've had just on Black Friday alone, and these are all shopping, purchasing items related. This year we had 13 deaths and 118 injuries, and it doesn't really get into it. Like one dead, one injured in Sacramento, California, on Black Friday during a mall shooting. And there was one death, one injury on that. But that doesn't get into details. We've done the show for now. This is coming up on 5 years. I think at one time we had like over 117 deaths. But that's crazy that there's a website that actually does that. Now, with Black Friday not being what it was, Walmart is now trying to compete with Amazon. Walmart Plus drops the $35 free shipping minimum to better compete with Amazon Prime. Walmart is removing the $35 free shipping minimum on its annual subscription service, Walmart Plus. The company announced on Wednesday the new policy will take place on this Friday, December 4th, which means Walmart Plus members will receive free next day and 2-day shippings on items ordered from the Walmart's website, regardless of the size of their order. The changes are to compete with Amazon Prime, the subscription service which Walmart Plus is based on. One of the biggest benefits of Prime, since it was introduced more than 15 years ago, has always been free, often 2 or 3 day or 1 day delivering on stuff. Walmart made a $35 minimum order for its prime competitor as a significant setback for the big box retail when it launched it in September. And now it's removing it. So now, no more $35 minimum is gone. With Amazon Prime, you could buy a $2 thing if they were part of Prime, which I don't know if you know this or not as far as Amazon Prime. You pay for a Prime service. So the Prime service, let's say, is $129. So when you're buying it from someone else, because you're not buying it from Amazon, Amazon is just the middleman. The person on the other end also has to pay for a service to be a Prime, Amazon Prime distributor. So if I'm selling, 100 widgets and I'm a Prime distributor and you're a Prime member, then it works hand in hand. There's no charge. But if I'm just I have 100 widgets and I'm just an Amazon guy out of, the basement of my mom's home, I have to pay, or you have to pay the shipping on that. So that's how that works. So Walmart is dropping the $35 minimum on that. So get prepared for that. So get your shopping done now before Friday. Hurry, quick. Buy me some stuff. Send it here to the studio. Now in Jackson, Mississippi, they are looking for your help to help with just crime in the area. With all the packages and stuff showing up at your doorstep with Amazon Prime or Walmart Plus, that's in China. However, you're getting your Christmas presents to your house or purchases to your house. Jackson, Mississippi is strapped for cash and is facing a sharp rise in homicides. City leaders are expanding their police surveillance powers to allow residents, business owners to send their live feeds from many types of security cameras, including their the popular doorbell cameras that everyone has. And what they're saying is, in Jackson, Mississippi, they have created this whole entire building to allow you to send a live video feed from your camera. So here at the French, I've got, I think, seven cameras that surround the whole entire property. And the reason I was doing the podcast last week, the reason why I knew when the in-laws showed up is I've got a camera, or I've got a station over here in the studio. I can see people coming up and down the driveway because it's a long driveway. And so I saw, motion detector, bing, 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 and I walk down outside. I've also got cameras inside the house. It was funny. I was doing something out on the back porch, and everything's mobile. You can get it on your phone. And my sister-in-law was making macaroni and cheese, and I looked at her at the camera. I'm like going, how long before the macaroni and cheese? She's like, where's that voice coming from? And I've got a little camera inside, and she's like, stop watching us. Mind your own business, which is kind of weird. But that's exactly the way the people in Jackson, Mississippi feel. You can opt out when you buy those Ring doorbells or any of the Ring cameras. You can opt out when you sign up and register and stuff to opt out for public access, like the police department or any kind of investigations to access your content, like if you upload it to a cloud and stuff. But now the city of Jackson, Mississippi is asking you, if you've got nothing to hide, let us have the live stream, send us the link and we'll watch. But people are worried about, let's say I come home drunk one night and I'm driving home. I made it home. Woo! That's the best part. You've made it home. Or if you've been followed by the cops and you made it home and you're drunk in the driveway. They're worried about secondary and less, not that driving drunk is a less offensive breaking the law. But I mean, those type of things is what they're worried about. They're worried about catching you on other stuff. Like if you go outside, if you smoke marijuana and it's, kind of illegal in your state, or, you need a medical, and you're right in front of the camera, and the cop and on the other end is watching the camera. Hey, that guy right there, he's smoking marijuana. What was the show? What was it? There was a movie or show that I was watching where there was a big old panel room, and they were, oh man, someone's going to tell me. where they were watching everything, and oh my God, they littered, and they went out there, section 403, and cops showed up and picked up the guy and threw him in the cab and took off. I don't know. That's what they're trying to do in Jackson, Mississippi. It could be good because their homicide rate's getting higher and higher. So they need to cover all corners. They just don't have the money to invest in a whole entire city security system, video system like New York. New York's got one of the highest per capita. Every movement that you make, every breath that you take there in New York City, there's a camera on you. Believe me, there's no discrepancies on that. Now, somewhere where I have a discrepancy is there is another new statue. Now, you heard about the statue, what do they call it, Monolith, that popped up in Utah, out there in the middle of the desert. Well, guess what? Another one has popped up. And I'll give you all the details on that as well. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you do all the social contacts and stuff. Like us, share us, comment on us, good or bad, doesn't matter. Any press is good press for us. We left a message on Nancy Pelosi's voicemail, so maybe we'll hear back from her. Maybe they'll call us back. Hi, your Speaker of the House would like to talk to you. And I didn't get to talk to her. We'll pull her up live on the air, and you can be live on the air as well. Just go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. Click on the Be Heard section, and you can be part of that as well. Now, another statue has popped up in Romania, of all places. I say of all places. Where else you got any other place that you would want a thing to pop up? No, I don't know. I'm just saying that it's weird that another thing has popped up in a faraway land. In a faraway land. Almost the exact same thing. Now, the one in Utah has been taken down already this past week. Now, this comes from Vice.com. A mysterious monolith update. New mysterious monolith appears in Romania. A new monolith has appeared in Romania a few feet away from the ancient fortress. Almost identical structure from the one in Utah. This one looks to deliberate a loop-to-loop scribble scratch on the entire face and stands about the same height as the one in Utah. The European monolith is only a few feet away from the ancient Dacin, Dacian fortress once stood. This shiny silver, still quite reminiscent of the John McCracken sculpture. McCracken was wasn't killed. Well, actually, he died in 2011. He was a skilled minimal artist, and according to his son, his father talked about having to create art meant for remote places before his death. So the theory is inconclusive whether, David Zwinger's gallery has put these out there and to dedicate it to McCracken's work for decades. But actually, this one, they figured out it's been in the ground. The one in Romania has been in the ground for about, 5 years. And the reason being is this hacker, I think is called his name. I'm not kidding here. His name is called Bearfucker. I'm sorry. He's a Reddit user. And actually what he did was he was going through Google Image and going back and forth and figured out he was following the helicopter trail and matching it up, the path of the helicopter and matching up with the terrain. And once the helicopter disappeared off the map, that means it went below radar, which means it landed. And he was looking for, where the most flattest ground was. And he came across this one in Romania. So I don't know what's happened here. In 2015, he says it wasn't there. And then all of a sudden in 2016, he could see shadows around the area. Now, where it was placed, there was a whole lot of vegetation and stuff, which has now been cleared and stuff, which now reveals the one monolith in Romania. So if we take away anything from 2020, hopefully the monolith, the mysterious of the monolith, will be one of it. Because it's weird. Maybe it's just that beacon of hope. It's that beacon of there's something else out there more than us. There's something a little bit more stronger, more hopefully more intelligent than us. Jesus Christ. Wear a mask. Don't wear a mask. I don't want to. You don't want to? I don't care. Now, someone that's getting around the mask is this little place in the United Kingdom. So here in North Carolina, they've actually activated again 2 steps forward, 4 steps back. During the Thanksgiving thing, hopefully, fingers crossed, we all come out of this a lot better. You know, they said this was going to be the super explosion. So they said, you know, even when you're in the house with people that you know, to wear masks. Now, over in Nottingham, England, they're actually a little bit stricter over there as far as wearing masks and close. Physically, they're reclosing down establishments. So anyone in the hospitality venues remain closed. They're now in category 3, other than delivery and takeaway. Now, the owner of the 400 Rabbits bar has found a way around that. They have now christened themselves the Church of the 400 Rabbits, an Aztec-themed bar with an exquisite tequila menu and pending application to the Nottingham Registry General has become a place of worship. The reason this 5-year-old establishment is now hoping to mix spirituality with spirits. They have spotted a loophole in the England's COVID-19, which means that if you're a place of worship and you're all from the same household or bubble, you can enter the premises. Yeah. So what they've done is they've posted an application, certify the place as a religious worship under the Places of Worship Registration Act of 1855. The bar is now seeking congregants through its website. Welcoming all the bunny believers is free. Welcoming of all bunny believers is free, and you get a certificate. While it's $13, 10 British pounds, which means you can be ordained as a reverend to the Righteous Rabbits with a complimentary t-shirt as your official robe. So it's all tongue-in-cheek. What they're doing is that they found a loophole in the UK's laws as far as religious confines and everything can be open still. So guess what? We are now, and there's loopholes about selling alcohol and inviting people in. You are now all religious people, and you're free to set sail and worship at the 400 Rabbits pub in Nottingham, England. And I know we have listeners over in the UK. If you have any of these shirts that say, the robe and the free t-shirt and stuff, hey, send it to us. And the way you do that is go to Deacon. Email me at deacon@profitradio.com. I'd like to see some of the shirts. I know we got some listeners over there in the UK. That'd be kind of cool to see anything from the 400 Rabbits. That'd be cool. And send me a pint. I don't know. Do something. People waiting a long time to get out of the house. And something we have been waiting for here in the United States is now coming back. We haven't done this or seen this since 2012. And what that is, I'll get into that when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Profit Radio. I'll be right back. Back to Deacon Live. Excuse me. All right. So if you're watching this on the under the tent video, and the way you do that is go to Profit Radio, PROPHET Radio. I told you a story about my wife cleaned out the closet and got rid of some of my old shirts. I'm like, no, I like those shirts. Well, you never wear them. I'm like, well, bring them up to the studio. I'll wear them. And here's another shirt that I'm wearing. Hold on, let me switch screens here so you can see what I'm actually wearing. It is a nice, I'm going to call it a sherbet peach/salmon colored shirt. It's a button up. It's got the collar and the little I don't know what I got here, but yeah, this is another. Let me stand up so you see. I don't want to stand up too long because you'll see my sweatpants. But I got this shirt on. So if you like it and you want to comment on it, by all means. It looks good. It's a good color for me. Anyway, so that just gives you guys something else to do while you're poking around the website there. Now, something that's been poking around, I came across this video, and I'm like going, does this really exist? And obviously it does. It is, and you can watch this video while you're on the website there. Let me switch screens here. They're to keep the kids entertained to a certain degree. Oops.
Hey.
Hold on. Everyone's crazy here. To keep kids entertained and in the house and stuff. Some games you're just like going, really? how does this even come to be? There's a new game out that's called Grab the Poo. And what it is a toilet. We got to be very careful. No, fuck it. I'm just going to describe it. There's a plunger on top of a toilet bowl, you know, where you sit. And then there's the tank. And what you do is you put a plastic turd, not a real turd. It'd be awful. I'm sure college kids will put a real one in there, man. Put a turd in there, and it's almost like a Jack in the Box when you and you don't know when it's going to pop up. So you roll the dice, and then you
I got 3.
What?
And then you hit the plunger a couple times, whatever the dice is, and it's like a spring trap. So it launches the turd into the air. Yes! He caught it the first time.
What to do when I'm about to poop. I go to the potty, pull my underwear down, and then I sit.
So you put the dice in the top of the tank and hit the flush button, and it spits the dice out like it's going to roll it out. And then you hit the plunger up and down, and then, like I said, it's a spring-acted. You don't know when it's going to happen. So if you put, dice comes out 1, you plunge it once, it doesn't come out. Someone gets 5, in between that 5 pump, shoots out the friggin' plastic poo. It's out there, folks. It's out there. And you can see this. Go to DeaconLive, or go to Prophet Radio and click on DeaconLive, and I'll show you that as well. Now, on a totally different note, is this right here. As the world continues to endure the effects of the pandemic, people are turning to comfort food and all of its nostalgic fare to go with it. McDonald's is hoping that this includes the McRib. The fast food chain is bringing back the beloved barbecue sandwich just in time for the holidays. This will be the first time since 2012. Oh, what, Deacon? We've had the McRib before, but no, this is the first time it will be released nationwide. The McRib is set to return to all 14,400 McDonald's in the U.S. restaurants. As of today, seasoned boneless pork slathered in smoke. Now, I don't know if it's cultured meat or not. It's kind of weird. How do you get McRibs and no bones? The seasoned boneless pork slathered. Hold on. The seasoned boneless pork slathered in smoky, tangy barbecue sauce, topped with slivered onions, tart pickles, has long been something of a cult following, but has only been available for a limited time in a regional menu since 2012. I remember, or if you remember that Teacher Man, we have a McDonald's about 20 miles up the road. He's like, I want the McRib, and it's only at participating locations. And that one there said we don't participate in the McRib for whatever reason. I don't know if they can't get the meat to us out here in the middle of nowhere, but there you go. Except for customers in Germany who also have this item year-round. So if you're in Germany and you go to McDonald's, the McRib is there in Germany year-round. And then when you're done with that, you can go over to the 200 or 400 rabbits and have a pint. How's that sound? No? I've never had a McRib. The only thing I can think of, it tastes like a Salisbury steak. Now, I love me a Salisbury steak, but I think the meat that comes in a Salisbury steak is almost the equivalent of what they have in a McRib. So people from all over the world come to get the McRib. Now, I started this whole conversation talking about cultured meat and what it's going to do for us in the future. It might not be right for us right now, but it will be right here eventually. And with that being said, Elon Musk and SpaceX is looking forward to landing its first crew on Mars by 2024. 2024, we're ending 2020 right now. So he's saying that we should be able to land on Mars by 2024. The company founder and CEO, Elon Musk, announced yesterday, that he's highly confident that SpaceX will launch people towards the red planet in 2026 by adding that at a milestone, it could come as easily as 2024. He said, quote unquote, if we're lucky. Elon Musk made remarks about the webcast interview that he had with Damas Dompierre, CEO of the German media company, and the two of them spoke together. We want to try to send an uncrewed vehicle there in the next few years. So what they're planning on doing is essentially we have, camps on the polar opposite ends of the planet, and they're looking to put a camp or a base on the moon.
So we think it would be very exciting to have a base on the moon, even if it's just a science base. We have, for example, we have a base at Antarctica. Many countries have bases in Antarctica for science research, and this would be an incredible area of research. So whether or not people want to live on the moon, there's definitely a lot of science to be done.
It's basically, you don't have to live there if you don't want to, but we can still conduct science projects.
And I think this is close as well.
By the way, that's Elon Musk. He's a horrible speaker, kind of like me.
So that would be quite exciting to do. And then, of course, we can go to other places in the solar system, like Saturn.
He's outside, that's why it's all windy.
And but the critical thing that we need to focus on, I think, is the fastest path to a self-sustaining city on Mars. This is the fundamental thing.
So part of that is the whole, I'm sure he's dumping money in the cultured meat, because, you can't, bring 100 head of cattle up there and have them walk around Mars and go, okay, everyone, are you done eating your plant-based stuff? Now we can have some meat. Well, that's where cultured meat comes in. So it might not be in our future, in our time. Well, actually, it might be. I mean, they're talking about landing on Mars, and by at least 2026, I'll be, a good, healthy 40 years old by then, right? Oh well, we can all dream, and hopefully he can do his thing and hopefully get through that. Now, we were watching, and it's so weird how life imitates art and art imitates life. We actually just finished up this series on Netflix, and it's called Away. And essentially it is if we were going to go to Mars and how we got there and stuff. And it has Hilary Swank and a couple other people you might know.
Wish me to sleep. Mumbai.
I'm just 20 million miles from the people she loves. She needs to know that her family's taken care of. I got it covered. Do you?
They need me more than anyone, and I'm not there. You think you're the only one haunted by the sacrifices you made to get here?
So there's a pod that we send to the moon and land on the moon, and then we slingshot these 5 astronauts in all the way to Mars, and they've sent what they call like a care package before them that lands, a couple days before, so they have like food and stuff on the planet, and all the catastrophes and stuff that goes on. But it's 5 astronauts from 5 different countries, the power countries, the United States, England, China, Russia, and India, or one of the Middle Eastern guys. But it's cool. It's a whole story of, dealing with family and being apart and leading a crew and stuff.
Can only imagine what you're going through up there.
And it's not cheesy at all. I mean, it really isn't. They don't spend a whole lot of time on the whole technicality of everything, but they do bring that in there. So if you're kind of like a little nerdy and you want to get a little nerd out, you're like, oh man, that could happen.
Houston, we have a situation.
What happened? She froze.
I didn't come here to fail. I looked that way. You're looking in the wrong direction.
You have to trust me. Trust. It must be earned, Commander.
We're all scared, but it's about having faith in each other.
Whatever comes next, we can take it on together.
So that's Away. Sorry, Hilary Swank. And they're doing the whole going to Mars.
We haven't done anything nearly as dangerous as what we're about to do.
Mom, I love you. Why did you have to do this? We will return home.
You're my reason to hold on tight.
That's away and it's on Netflix right now. So it's fun. I mean, it's a great story. It's nice, relaxing. It's not really intense. It's not really heavy. It's not really deep. It's a small little story about a family and how they get through life and how they get through being each other with family problems that happens with family and stuff. It's a great show. I highly recommend it. It's got some touching parts in there. I get a little choked up now and then when I think about it. All right, guys, I'm going to let you guys get back to what you got to do. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for downloading us, being part of the show, all the people that send in their messages. Make sure you get yours in too. And the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. Click on the Be Heard section, get your predictions, your New Year's predictions, not New Year's resolutions. Make sure you get those in as quickly as possible. Our last show for the year. We got a couple more shows before then, but our last show of the year will be on December 30th, and then we'll get into the new year. Hopefully, we'll land on Mars before then, or after that. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being part of the show. My name's the Deacon, saying goodnight and goodnight.
Wait, come back.
This is the absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
See you later. Got my shirt shaved a little bit. I got a little pimple right there. There you go. All right. Thanks, guys. Take care. Night.